Okay, my name is Andrea Haller. This is a unit I would teach in my Spanish 3 honors class. Students can be anywhere from grades 9 through 12, and the topic is los deportes, or sports. So I like to assign stations that are mixed ability. Generally, that means there are students who quickly grasp the directions and take charge in starting the activity. They can also help peers that may struggle. I try to address the 3 modes of communication when I plan stations. So one will focus on interpretive skills, listening or reading Spanish to understand it. One will focus on presentational skills, speaking or writing in Spanish based on a prompt to express or share information. And one will focus on interpersonal communication, which is a 2-way exchange of information, usually conversations. Okay, station 1, conversation jars. Basically, there is a jar with conversation questions printed on paper. For this unit, there might be questions like, what sports do you play? Have you ever been to a professional sporting event? Do you like to watch the Olympics? Who is your favorite athlete and why? One student pulls one out, reads it to their group. Everyone has to respond, including the person who picked the question. Another student picks the next paper and everyone responds. Super simple idea, but this is important to build a classroom rapport between students, help them to develop their conversational skills in a low stakes environment. Advanced students have a chance here to speak to the best of their ability. Students who are performing at a lower level can still answer the questions and be successful, even if their production is more basic, and they're still exposed to that higher level input from their peers. Station 2, via reading comprehension. Here, to differentiate it, I like to provide multiple readings, at least 3 options. These are usually either articles or short stories in Spanish. For this unit, I would likely choose articles about different athletes or sports teams. I would provide options on a variety of sports like soccer, tennis, swimming, or basketball to try to appeal to a variety of students. I would not necessarily rank them all based on difficulty, but I would likely highlight one as the most challenging to appeal to my advanced learners. Students can choose to work as one large group, split into smaller groups based on the articles they chose, or work alone at this station. To show that they understood the reading, I would ask them to write 2 paragraphs in English. First, a brief summary of what they read, and then a quick reaction, like their favorite part or what surprised them. Students can also read a second article if they have extra time. Station 3, a timed writing. This is a station to write as much as possible in the time allotted. I like to give students a few prompts to choose from so that they're able to write about something personal and of interest to them. For a sports unit, there could be questions about a specific game or match they participated in or trained for in the past. It could also be talking about a favorite athlete and why they matter to them. For some students that don't like sports, it could be a question about being competitive and the role of preparation. They could talk about how they prepare for a high-Q match or a Model UN tournament. Each student does their own work, but they can collaborate and help one another. Students will obviously write different amounts and with varying levels of expertise. But by accepting and celebrating students for doing their version of their best work, I'm providing a safe space for differentiated learning. Okay, differentiating what? By giving a variety of content, both in terms of complexity and difficulty and also based on interest. I'm providing options for different students. More and less complex conversation questions, 3 or more reading comprehension texts to choose from, and multiple writing prompts allow students to focus on content that interests them and also the opportunity to challenge themselves if appropriate. Differentiating how. Choices are key here. More and less complex options. Also having choices based on interest and also environment. Some students love working in groups and other students prefer to work alone. So giving them some opportunity to do both is important. The mixed ability grouping is also very helpful here because students are able to help each other. Also giving students the opportunity to use resources to support their learning can be helpful for differentiated instruction. Okay, why? Every student is different. Some may excel at reading comprehension but really need support from their group with the conversation questions. Some students that don't like sports may be so bored by having to constantly talk about soccer or football. They might be delighted by having an article to choose from that focuses on the training and preparation done by spelling bee contestants. The more we as educators can differentiate our teaching and learning opportunities, the better chance we have at reaching our students and sparking their interest. Okay, so in summary, in this unit about sports, students are going to get together. Some are going to be stronger, some are going to need more support. By putting them together in a low stress environment, they're going to be able to collaborate and support one another. By giving interesting and varied content, students have a lot of opportunities to choose what they want to learn about and what they want to talk about, what they want to write about. Also giving them options for how much they'd like to collaborate can be something that is appreciated by learners. By accepting different versions of success, I am allowing students to show up and do their best work and be celebrated for that, not expecting every student to have the same products at the end of these activities. My favorite thing about stations is how available the teacher is. So because students are working together, I'm able to circulate the room, encourage students, provide help, answer questions, and observe them so that I can see where they're being successful and where they may need more help in the future.